Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Uh, Today I'm going to show you how to make fur in V-Ray in Blender with V-Ray's fur system. This system is pretty good, for starters. It's like Blender's native hair system, like the node one, the one with the geometry nodes is a lot better, I find. It's got a bit better tools, and it looks a bit more realistic in a way. Like the materials in V-Ray, like material for hair in V-Ray is a lot better. So the materials look really great, but the uh, the uh, the hair system in V-Ray isn't the best, but it's getting there. Or I think it's not the best. I don't know about anybody else, but I think it's not the best, but it's definitely getting there. And it's yeah, so it's good for starters. Hopefully they improve on it, but yeah, because in V-Ray's geometry nodes hair system, they got these like it looks like they got these clumps. I'll show you I'll show you something I did with it a while back with the hair system, and they got these clumps which make it look a bit more realistic, a bit more uh, believable, and also Furious hair system, you can't see the hair or even partially see the hair just in your blender scene. You've got to actually take it out or you've got to render it in the V-Ray to actually see the blender hair. So you can't like there's no like viewing of the render, which of the hair, sorry, which is a bit frustrating, but other than that it's pretty good. So yeah, I'll show you how it works and what you can do or what I did, and hopefully you can follow along, or hopefully you can see how you can implement it into your workflows. So yeah, all right, here you guys. So now I'm just creating the chair, my chair for Blender, and yeah, so this chair's I saw this chair on I think Pinterest. It was a really cool chair, so I was decided to to make it in Blender, and so I'll show you basically how to do that. Which you can with chairs, you can actually um, people on YouTube obviously like YouTube has got a ton, like a lot of tutorials on how to make chairs and all that. So I'll give you a basic overview of the how I made the chair, but then you can obviously if you want to have it in better in depth video on that, you can go on YouTube and you can look at all these people who make really good chairs or all the short videos or like 1 minute videos who make good chairs too. So yeah, like I got this chair system or this chair tutorial from like one of those 1 minute videos. Yeah, and yeah, I found that video a little bit. It was really good. I like that video because it made chair looks fluffy and or like a bit more in the chair, like with their cloth system that they use. So yeah. Now we get on to the fur. What this video was made for. Go to mesh, and then down at the V-Ray, yeah, you go to add and then go mesh and then go V-Ray fur. That one there. Now to the right, you'll get everything from the So in the general, so the objects you will see in a minute, but the objects are to place the fur on it on separate objects or on every object in your scene you can place a fur onto. But yeah. Now distributation. Now distributation is either per area or per face. Now, per face gives you a bit thicker hair, but that thicker, not really thicker. It's not. It's thicker with a lot so thicker with a lot shorter amount of uh of of like hairs per face. So one hair per face, hairs per face. I think so, but it's not like just one hair per face. That'd be insane. But it's if you have it up to, because I had it up to I think 8, I think it's fine for me. But any further than that, it's it's it just doesn't really want to do anything. So I think I put it up to hairs per face from the start. I think, and then but then hairs per unit or area, it's a lot more hair. So I think I got that hair up to quite a bit more than 100. Yeah, and then the length is, yeah. Now we move on. So yeah. All these other gauges, like bend is obviously the bend, and taper, that tapers out from thick to thin. And then first scale is, it's kind of like length, but it kind of it scales them obviously in lengthways and in thickness. That's just the first scale. It doesn't just do the length; it just does basically everything. And then variation, that's the variation of the direction, then the length, thickness, and the gravity and all that. So yeah, that's all. That's all. That's what that does. And then the curls are good. The curls are, that's how, well, obviously that's how you curl, but yeah. So with these small ones, it's a bit of a, not difficult, but it's a bit, you just gotta make it a really small adjustment because too much curls looks a bit odd. So yeah. Now, like I've got a hair next on my material there, but I'm gonna show you is not a simpler trick, but another trick to do hair. This way to do hair is it's not as good as this hair, obviously this hair, this hair next material, but it's just another way of doing the hair. And this way is it's a bit more like cartoony kind of hair, I guess you could call it that. Yes. And now here. So you just get a V-Ray hair sampler and plug that into a V-Ray mix color, and then that into the V-Ray material, and then that into obviously the material here. And then you just need to put the colors put the colors as whatever colors you want. And these hair samplers, this is how you want the color to behave. So the distance along strand, distance along strand absolute, position, cross strand, random by strand, and hair color. So I just did distance along strand, and I plug that into down here into the whatever that is, the color down into this color here. Yeah. And then and then I'll just show you. I'll just plug that into the material, and I'll show you how that works. Now, I plug this hair next into the material. As you can see, in a minute, this, even now, even though it's really pixelated, you can already see the difference in their hair, and it looks a lot better than it usually would, or usually does. So yeah. So I like this hair a little bit better, a little bit more than the fake. Okay, no, that's not like fake hair, but than the the hair alternative. That's how I would call it. That's how I would call it. The hair alternative. Now we go to the objects, to the object node. Now these not the object node, the object over in the shader. Over in the shader, there's go object and then the object node. Yeah. And then you can use the V-Ray nodes, Fur nodes. Now we don't use a V-Ray output, V-Ray object output. We use a V-Ray Fur output. And these are just textures, for the bend or initial direction, length, thickness, gravity, bend direction. Yeah, well, bend texture, bend direction texture, density texture, and curl texture. and these textures they just they give the Vray Fur a little bit more variation, I guess. Yeah, variation in your image. And I'll just show you how that works. All you need is just a bitmap with Vray Fur or like a grunge map on it. Then you can put a like on the mapping you can put a one of the mapping nodes to to make either to make the grunge map a little bit bigger and smaller for it, just to get a bit more a bit more you know variation. Yeah. You just need to play with it and see which works for you, and then it's it's good because the best thing about the V-Ray is that it's quite simple. Like it gives you, even if you don't know V-Ray, but it gives you really good like the ideas on what's actually going on here. So you just on all the bend direction, initial direction, um, length, texture, all that. That's what it does. That's what it does. So yeah, so yeah. Now here is the mm, now here's the next uh render I'm showing you, and this renders might be a little bit better. Like as you can see, the direction and the bend is a little bit some a little bit more apparent than the rest. So yeah, so in the middle here it's a little bit more straight up, and then all around it is a bit more bent. So that's the bend or the curl. I don't really know which one it is, but yeah, yeah. now I've done the fur and the color. Now I will just build up the environment and make sure everything's perfect in this setting where I'll put the chair or chairs. So yeah, so hopefully this is gonna be good render. Hopefully, I think it'll be good. Yeah, yeah. Right. All right. Thank you for watching. Merry Christmas and have a great New Year. I have a happy New Year because I don't think I'll make a video after before the New Year. So yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. All right, see you guys.